Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
How's everyone doing today?
Thank you.
Good, good. Okay, well, my name is Curtis John Serrano. I am the CEO and founder of Creditopia LLC. It's a credit repair company that establishes, repairs, and also builds credit. And I'm here today because my brother Robert called me and asked me to do him a favor and come to his school and do a credit seminar. Okay. First and foremost, I want to thank God for having me here. Once again, I want to thank Rob and also my friends and everyone that came out tonight. To start things off, a little biography about myself. You know, I wasn't always this individual that you guys see today. You know, I did have a rough path growing up. Went to elementary school. I went to St. Raymond High School, and I also went to Long Island University, CW Post. I was always an intelligent kid, but you know, I just didn't have any guidance. I was following the wrong crowd. Got into, you know, a lot of trouble at a young age. When I was 18 years old, I got arrested for hopping a bus, and seeing my mother cry, you know, at the jail cell, you know, it really did wake me up and wanted me to change my life around. But unfortunately, that didn't change my life around. I happened to get arrested again at Long Island University for grand larceny. I'm not sure if you guys know what grand larceny is, but yeah, if you steal anything over $1,000, that's grand larceny. So I got arrested in Long Island University. Thank God I had bail on me because the bail was $100. If I didn't have any bail, I would have to call my mother or someone that I know to come all the way from the Bronx to Long Island to bail me and my friend out. So, you know, I'm just fortunate that, you know, God has changed my life around in the positive way to be, you know, here in front of you guys speaking about credit. So let's begin. Okay, now, before reading anything on this blackboard, let me ask you guys, anyone know what credit is?
No, that you pay, you have credit card and you pay every month.
Yeah.
And if you have, like, you pay on time and you don't miss payment, you have the score and they go up and you get a credit.
Okay. So you have history building credit? You have credit cards?
Yes.
Yeah. And anyone else want to take a shot at credit?
Borrowing money.
And that's it?
Pay back.
Oh yeah.
Paying back on time?
On time.
Okay,
High
good.
interest rate also.
Good. Okay, so credit is basically the ability to make payments over time and one time. Credit is not the ability to have cash, as a lot of people with cash have never had credit, or the ability to obtain credit. The only way to establish credit is time. Time periods are essential to establishing credit. Your credit score, or your FICO score, as it's commonly called, provides a score of your credit worthiness. Anytime you apply for a loan, fill out a job application, try to rent an apartment, etc., your credit report will be obtained to see if you if you are financially sound. Your credit score is the number of your financial life and will impact many areas. Your number says whether you are a good or bad credit risk. So I have a question to you. I have a question to ask you guys. If I asked you for $500 and I had no ability to pay that $500 in my past, would you give me the $500? Would you give me the $500?
No.
Would you give me the $500? Would you give me the $500? Now, basically what credit is the ability to make payments over time. So if in the past, if I have proof that I paid a bank or anyone a loan or anything off on time, as well as making the minimum payments, that shows that I am pretty much a good candidate to lend money to. Now, if I have missed payments and I'm not paying on time, and I call you and say, hey, listen, I can't pay you today, I'll pay you tomorrow, you know, you're pretty much at a high risk. Good afternoon, everyone that walked in. My name is Curtis Serrano. Credit consulting. This is pretty much the first slide that we're doing. This is what is credit. Can I ask you a question, sir, in the back? Do you know what credit is, but besides just reading anything on the blackboard?
For me, it's negative.
Okay. At least you're honest. So what I was telling everyone was credit is just basically the ability to make payments over time, and proving that you can make payments over time. I asked the other candidates and people in the classroom, if I asked you for $500 and I never have any proof that I could pay you back $500, would you give me the $500? Smart man. Basically what credit is the ability to prove that you can make payments over time. So moving forward, it's another big question. Does anyone know what a FICO score is? Raise of hands. No? Yes? Maybe so?
It was, is the company that when you pay on time, you have this score? Or no? I'm
No.
not sure.
No. It was a good guess. It's okay. Does anyone know what a FICO score is? Yeah.
I think it's the middle credit score.
There we go. You cheated?
It's right there.
All right. So yeah, your FICO score is your middle score. All right. Your FICO score is also known as the middle score, as I was just telling you earlier. This is one score that most banks and mortgages companies will consider when deciding on whether to extend credit or not. The scores can range from the low 350 to the high 850. There are three main credit reporting agencies: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. To determine what your middle score would be, you have to take the highest score and the lowest score and remove them, which would be, in this case, this will be the highest and this will be the lowest. So the middle score will be 610. Oh, this is a small board?
Yes, sir.
Oh!
Why do you have to remove it? Why do you have to do that?
Well, here's the thing, right? To be frank with you, you could screw up with one score, but if you have proof that one of the scores is in good standings, that's the one that pretty much lenders look at, which is your middle score, your FICO score. Anytime you apply for a mortgage, they ask you what your FICO score is, and that would be your middle score. If you want to take out an auto loan, they don't care what your FICO score is. They pretty much just look at the higher score. Okay? So yeah, next slide. Now, another question for you guys. Why is credit important? Does anyone know? Besides looking, does anyone know why credit is important? Just give me, just throw it out there.
I would say credit is important because it shows the, like you said earlier, shows the ability that you're able to make payments. So you necessarily don't have the money to purchase something.
Smart guy.
You show creditors that you're good for the money, so to speak.
Smart guy. Okay. Now, let me also ask you guys, who here likes to save money? Let me ask you a question. What's your credit score?
It's pretty bad, I don't say it out loud.
So you don't like to save money then?
I guess I don't. Not in that sense.
Anyone?
I like to save money.
You like to save money? What's your credit score?
Right now, it's negative.
It's negative. So that means you don't like to save money. But that's why I'm here today, and I'll be educating you on how to rebuild or repair what you've just been damaged in the past. Anyone else want to throw it out there? Why credit is important, or who likes to save money?
I would say credit is important to, I guess, to get the necessary things that you need, like a car,
Absolutely.
a house,
Absolutely.
Maybe even a loan or something, or a school loan or something like that. They can look at your credit to see whether you'll be good to making the car payments or making the payments on your mortgage. Or
Absolutely.
payments on that.
Absolutely. Great. Now, me personally, I like to save money. And the reason why I got into credit is because I like to save money. As you guys can see this graph right here, the graph says the cost of bad credit. This is an example of a $20,000 car loan paid over 5 years. An excellent score, 720 and above, would land you a 4.9 interest rate, which means that the $20,000 car loan, your monthly payments will only be $376. Now, if you have damage credit and your score is 579 below, your interest rate from a 4.9 is going to be a 29%. And from your monthly payments from a 376, it's going to be a 634. Just because of one score, your credit score. So this is a wake-up call, man. Like we as a community definitely have to get, our credit together so that we can provide for our families and take care of the responsibilities that we have to take care of. It's not about you anymore. It's about, the legacy that you'll be leaving.
Yes, definitely.
So, as you can see on this graph as well, the additional cost of bad credit over 5 years will land $0 with a 720 and above, opposed to a 5-year loan for $20,000. You'll be paying an extra $15,499 just because your credit is bad. Like, that is ridiculous, but it's the world we live in, and it's a wake-up call, man. Like, if your credit's not good, you definitely have to gotta get it together. All right. Another example of credit is a $200,000 mortgage loan paid over 30 years. With an excellent 720 and above, your interest rate will be 5.9%, and your monthly payments will only be $1,073. Opposed to damage credit, 12% from 5.9%, and from a $1,073 monthly payment, it's not going to be $2,057. And this is proof in the pudding, man. Like, the credit is important, and if you really like to save money, you got to get your credit together. All right. Now, another question for the parents and everyone in here. How can I get my credit score or credit report? Does anyone know how?
I need to know.
Isn't there there's a free website you can go to once a year?
Yes, there is.
I think it's called annual credit report.
Smart man.
Yeah, no,
what's going on, man? Like,
just bad decisions, man.
I got you.
Bad decisions.
I heard. So yes, there is a free, it's called annualcreditreport.com, and it is free, but the reason why it's free is because it only gives you your credit report. It doesn't give you your 3 credit scores, which is important. I have over 100 clients, and all my clients I refer them to creditreport.com, and that website only costs you $1. You get your 3 scores and also your credit report as of today. Okay?
And when you say $1, is it really $1?
It is really $1 for everything in a month.
Is it a month? Is it
No,
you gotta sign for a year?
No. So you pay the $1 and they give you a 7-day trial.
Okay.
As soon as you pull your report, just cancel the membership so you don't get billed after the 7 days.
Okay.
Okay? So did everyone write down that website? Okay, good. Now, another question for you guys. Why should I check my credit report? Does anyone know?
I would say.
Oh yeah, it's important to see if somebody else took over.
There we go. There we go.
That happened to me.
Smart. It happened to you?
Yes, a family member did it.
Wow.
That's why.
And what did you do about that?
Nothing. I mean, he's a family member, and my credit is
damaged because of that.
$40,000
Okay.
So now I have to find a way so that a person doesn't take my Social Security.
Okay, all right. You updated your Social Security? You got another one, or?
Oh, I don't know how to do that, but I really need to find out how to do it.
Well, after this, I'm gonna give you my business card, and we definitely talk about that. Okay.
Thank you.
And what about you, brother?
I would say, in addition to that, basically, if you're trying to purchase a car or a home, every time that someone pulls your credit report, it lowers your credit score.
You're a smart guy.
I try to be.
Okay.
So if you already know your credit score, and you don't have to keep getting your credit score from different companies.
Okay, good. Yeah. All right, so you pretty much went over the financial aspect of why you should pull your credit report, and the young lady over there, she went over the identity theft aspect of it. Now, I'm not BSing you guys. This is CNN Money. According to CNN Money, in 2013 alone, 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft. 2012, 12.6 million. 2011, 11.6 million. 2010, 10.2 million. 2009, 13.9 million. In 2008, 12.5 million. That's ridiculous, man. And I have clients that, you know, probably around like 18 to 21 that never really pulled their credit report. But when they did pull it, they found out that parents and put things in their name that didn't make payments on time. Just crazy stuff, man. Victims of identity theft, like, you know, this is real stuff. So to protect yourself, it's always good to know what's on your credit report and what your scores are. All right. Went a little too fast on that. Okay, so what factors make up your credit score? Does anyone want to take a shot at it without looking? I see you cheating over there. What makes up your credit score?
I guess, like you said earlier, the ability to make the payment on time. I guess that's critical. To my understanding, that if you don't make a payment on time, the company writes a letter, and that is automatically placed on your credit report.
Yes, it is.
And it's a process on taking that off.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So I think that would be the most important part of it.
Okay. So moving forward, the factors that make up your credit score is 35% goes to payment history. Amounts owed versus credit available is 30%. Your length of credit, which means the age of credit, your history, is 15%. New credit, as we were talking about earlier, if you apply for credit or just anything in general involving credit, that takes up 10%. And the other 10% is the types of credit used. Examples include employers, pre-approved credit cards, and loan offers, and checking your credit score. Zero inquiries on your credit report is excellent.
It's impossible.
Here's the thing, right? If you're rebuilding your credit, you definitely have to open up accounts. And once again, it's not going to really hurt you because it only takes up 10% of your credit. But if you have good credit already, you don't have to keep applying for different credit because you're fine. Like me personally, I'm in the 780s, so I don't have to apply for any more credit cards or anything. Like I'm good. But someone that's rebuilding their credit, they have to apply for. Let me not say that because that's one of the next slides. Okay. All right. But oh, sorry. Here we go. Now, question, guys. How do I build and repair my credit?
Paying the credit card. I mean, that's what I'm doing. Trying to.
Does anyone else know how to build or repair credit?
Get a secure loan.
Okay. He's a cheater. Okay. And does anyone know what an authorized user is?
No.
No. Okay. Good. Does anyone else know what an authorized user is?
That you
You go ahead, Rob.
Well, I recently learned authorized user is when somebody else puts you on their credit line.
There we go.
They have your credit, and then good things that they do will reflect on you.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So it's kind of like car insurance. Like their parents ever put you on their car insurance, and then when you eventually get your own insurance,
there we go, Rob.
Your insurance will be low because you've been on somebody else's.
There we go, Rob. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Is that, I'm sorry, is that the same thing like a co-signer?
Yes, it is, man. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, so boom, jumping right into it. Secure cards. What is secure cards? Secure cards are great options for individuals that have no credit or have bad credit issues in the past. You could obtain a secure card from a traditional bank, which I do not recommend because I have clients that applied to Capital One that had no credit and they got denied. And that was ridiculous because that's the whole point of you know, applying for a secure card, because either you have no credit history at all or because you damaged it. The bank that I do refer to anyone that wants to apply for a secure credit card is First Choice Bank. If you guys want to write that down, First Choice Bank. Guaranteed approval. All you have to do is put in your checking account number, your routing number, and they'll give you a credit card within a week. Now, once again, a little information about secure cards is you will need to bring cash to the bank, and with that cash, the bank will issue you a secure card. Let's say you bring $300. This would mean that you would be given a secure credit card with a $300 balance. The cash is placed in a certificate or deposit CD account and will earn interest while you have the card. The bank has a security with the money you have deposited with them, so their risk is minimal. Once you have the card, start making purchases after 12 to 18 months. You could cancel the card, and once your card is canceled, you will receive your money back plus interest. And most importantly, you have established good and positive credit. So when I first started building credit, that was one of the things that I did. I applied for a secure card for $1,000. I gave the bank $1,000 and they gave me a credit card with a $1,000 limit. And that alone, using my card the right way, alone, just that alone, 100 plus points within 5 to 6 months. 100 plus points on my credit report. So little things like this and using your credit cards correctly, I can't, stress that enough. Like, it's simple knowledge, man. Like, you just gotta use your credit right. If you have it, use it right. That's it. Moving forward, another thing you could do is secure loan. And once again, this is to establish and also to rebuild your credit. Secure loans are a similar process as secure credit cards. The main difference is this is a lump sum loan versus a revolving credit card. You will still deposit cash into an account with the bank. And once again, we will use the $300 example again. You will owe the bank $300 for the loan. The next move you should make is to take $150 and pay back principal on the loan amount. You will then make your minimum monthly payments all on time. The term will be 12 to 18 months. So once the loan is paid off, you will receive your money you deposited back, plus interest. Again, you have established good credit and positive relationships with the bank. Once again, when I first started building credit, I had about $8,000. I'm not saying that I was rich or, you guys should, just have cash laying around. But I was interested in buying a car. This was my graduation. I got my bachelor's degree. So I wanted to get a white BMW 5 Series. It was $8,000 used. When I went to the dealership, I saw the car, and on the car it had $8,000 good credit, $15,000 bad credit. So I asked the dealership, like, what's this about? Like, I have $8,000 right now, but if I could save money, or I just want to be educated. Like, why is there such a big difference? He asked me what my credit score was, and I looked at him he looked at me like, he really looked at me like I was stupid. So long story short, he told me to go to the bank, get pre-approved, and to come back to me when I have the cash from the bank. When I went to the bank, I asked what my credit score was, and they told me it was really, really low. So what I did was I educated myself on how to rebuild credit, and also how to knock off negative items off my credit report, which I'll also be talking to you guys a little bit more throughout the presentation. So I opened up $3,000 secure loans with that $8,000 that I had that I was going to buy the car. I also opened up another $1,000 secure credit card. So I put $4,000 into my own future to invest in my credit. Today I could apply for a $200,000. I just got approved for a $200,000 mortgage, 30-year fixed mortgage with 3.5% down. 3.5% down instead of 10% or 20%. So this is credit. Like this is real stuff, man. Like this is real stuff. Okay. Piggy banking. This is the same thing as authorized user. Basically what piggy banking is another tip you can use to build your credit. With piggy banking, you are using someone else's good credit to build your own. For example, if your mother, your sister, your brother, your father, anyone has a 750 credit score, he or she is a good candidate for piggybacking. You'll become an authorized user on a credit card that he or she has in her name. You will then be associated with the card and the positives of the card. Make sure you do this with someone that you trust. You will begin to beef up your credit and build credit as well. Once again, you're using someone else's credit to build yours. Me personally, I have 2 American Express cards, right? This American Express card has $10,000 on it, and it was opened up a year ago. This card has $3,500 on it. If I add anyone to these cards, their scores are going to increase throughout the roof. Just because I've made payments over time, I've kept my balances low, and I've pretty much just been at a low risk. So once again, find someone that you trust, whether it's your mom, your uncle, anyone with good credit, and ask them to be authorized users. You're not using their credit card. All you're doing is using their credit to build yours. That's all you're doing. Okay? Any questions?
It sounds too easy.
It is. It is.
So
Bro.
So I don't make the pay.
You're not doing anything. All you're doing is giving them your social, your first name, your last name, your email, your address. They're going to put your name on their card. They're going to be issued a card with your name on it. They're going to activate it. And once it's activated, within 30 to 60 days, their credit history is going to now show up on your credit card as if you're the one doing it.
Remember when I said about
Huh? No, you don't use it.
Same thing.
But they would.
You're not using my money.
So they would have to keep the card. They would want.
Of course.
At security purposes, they would want to keep
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And once again, you can't even call the card holder and ask them to send you the card because you're not the primary user. You're not the primary person.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is one of the most important things that you guys should learn moving forward today, because everyone in this world has a credit card, but nobody knows how to use it the right way. Okay? Number 1, besides secure cards, keep your credit cards open. Do not close them. Do not close them. Keep them open. Keep them active. If you haven't had please listen to you guys. Please listen, you guys. If you haven't had a credit increase within the last 6 months, call your bank or go there directly and ask for one. Don't be afraid. Banks increasing your credit limit only shows that they trust you. A credit limit increases, it raises your credit score. Once again, please make sure that the balance is $0 before asking for a credit limit increase.
Okay.
You feel me? Don't ask someone for more money and you still owe them money. Bro, this is common sense. Bro, it's alright. But bro, like, you guys have to put yourself in their shoes. It's not all about you. It's about the bank. You know, put yourself in their shoes. If I still owe you $500 and I ask you for $1,000, what are you gonna do?
Hell no.
Thank you first.
Okay, please make sure you guys are listening, right? Please listen, please. Number 2, drop your utilization, your spending to 0 to 9%. Do not spend over that amount. Spending over that amount, maxing out your credit card, decreases your credit score, showing credit companies that you can't manage revolving debt. Example, once again, if your limit is $1,000, only spend up to $90. It sounds so stupid and retarded, but if you guys want your credit scores to go up, this is how you have to use your credit. You have to use it the intelligent way, not the ratchet way. Okay?
Excuse me, those are credit, they have a credit card, it's $500. They're roughly $500. What's the limit?
This is what you do. Go on Google.com. What is 9% of $500? You can do that?
I can't do it.
No, do it, bro.
What was it?
What is 9% of 500?
$45.
Only spend $45. It sounds ridiculous.
How much was spend $45?
You just pay a bill.
Pay
What bill costs $45?
Bro. Go to Applebee's, man. Buy some drinks, get some food, do something. Just don't spend over $45. That's it. If you want your credit scores to go up and you want to have banks look at you responsibly, that's how you gotta move forward, man. That's how you gotta move forward. Number 3, pay off credit card bill in total each month. Once again, you're only spending $90, $45. Your rent is $1,000. A car note's like $500. Pay your bills. If you don't pay your bills each month, your interest you're gonna get charged interest. So it's gonna be $11, $20, whatever your interest rate is. To save that money, just pay your bills off each month. That's it. Once again, you could either pay your bills off each month or leave a $5 to $10 down. It's up to you, but me personally, I'd say just pay it off each month. Okay? This drops your utilization, which will increase your credit score. Okay? Now, how can you leverage your credit? Like, how can you use your credit to benefit yourself? Does anyone know? Besides looking. Does anyone know how to use your credit to advance yourself in life? How to use your credit? If you have a good credit score, what would you do?
My house.
Okay.
I'm not even saying that because my house. If you buy land, you can't go wrong with buying land.
There we go. There we go.
Business. Business.
Okay. So number 1, right? You can leverage your credit by buying a home. You could start a small business and also sell your good credit to others. Okay?
You can sell your credit to others.
I'm going to teach you how right now.
Please.
Okay, so buying homes, right? Buy yourself a multi-family home. A federal housing, an FHA loan is pretty much a federal housing administration, which is a government-backed loan option for home buyers. Traditionally, FHA loans are used by those who have less than stellar credit or do not have the 20% down payment that is often required. In many cases, the down payment for an FHA loan can be as low as 3.5% down. The lending standards are more lenient, and as was just mentioned, individuals with no, little, or even bad credit can still apply and be approved. So that's pretty much telling you that you could apply for a house and get approved if your credit is bad. You just have to apply for the FHA loan. Now, moving forward, one important caveat is to note, though regarding FHA loans, is the most FHA loans are for owner-occupied buyers only, which means that you have to live in one of the units. Okay. This means that you agree to live in the property for a certain period of time, usually at least 1 year. The good news, though, is that with FHA loans, you can finance up to 4-plex or mixed-use property. That means that you can live in one of the units in order to satisfy the loan requirement and then rent out the other 3 units. This then allows your mortgage to be paid for and earns you additional rental income at the same time. Everyone that has good credit, they don't rent, they own, they buy houses. And properties appreciate with time. It might not appreciate this year or next year, but it's going to appreciate. So if you have good credit, this will be one of the best investments to make, which will be buying a multi-family home, which is what I'll be doing very, very soon. Sell your good credit. This right here is a website that you can sell your credit cards. All right? Okay? So a trade line is pretty much a credit that someone can invest in to build their credit. So TD Bank, a guy or girl is selling their credit card for $775 just to be added as an authorized user on their card. They have 10 to 12 years credit history on the card, and their limit is $1,500 to $1,000. Another person is selling their Citibank card for $625, which is only open in 2 or 3 years for $900 to $1,200. I mean, oh yeah, sorry. That's the credit limit, I'm sorry. So the credit limit on their card is $9,000 to $12,000, and TD Bank, the credit limit on this card is $1,500 to $2,000. Another card, and as you see, people are bidding, so there's 4 spots left on the Citibank, there's another 4 spots left, and then there's 2 spots left on TD Bank. Another person selling their credit card for $525, which was a $9,000 limit to $12,000 limit, and it's only open in 1 or 1.5 years. So, let's say you open up a credit card, right? And you pay it off each month. You have it for about 2 years. You can go to this website right here, boostmycredit.net, and you can sell your card and people will buy your credit history for $775. Just because you have good credit. Yes, please.
That really doesn't make sense, because what happens with your personal information?
Well, with websites like this, they definitely do protect your personal information. This is known with the not credit bureau, the Better Business bureaus, and they pretty much make sure that all information, all financial information, all personal information is secure. So you shouldn't have to worry about that. And all of these cardholders use their credit cards correctly, which means that they never go over 9% of their credit history. So moving forward, that slide that I had earlier where I said you could buy 9 years of credit history.
That's the way you do it.
10 to 12 years of credit history.
Right.
That zero very poor turns into excellent now because you've added this on.
So does the person know any of your finances?
No.
So if I had $775,
Yes.
I could buy that.
Yes, you can. Right now, there's 2 spots left. You better jump on it.
Let me take it step by step.
Talk to me, boss. Talk to me.
So, alright.
Talk to me.
This is basically the site that if you have seller credit like these people have there, they sell their credit. So
yes.
it's not like they're giving you their credit card.
Of course not.
What they're doing is they're putting your name
yes.
on their account,
yes.
which makes you authorized
yes.
user, which automatically jumps your credit score.
There we go.
And is it by per month, or is there, how long is the person on?
Flat.
So they're just on their account?
Flat. I mean, each of these guys have different credentials, so I'm not exactly sure, how long you can be on the card,
Mm-hmm.
But
you said it takes 5 to 6 months for your credit score to jump. If you jump,
no. Your scores could jump in 1 month. Like your scores, one of my clients, I helped her remove some negative items off her credit report, and I also educated her how to build credit, and her scores literally went up 165 points in 1 month. 1 month. So, all of these are strategies and techniques that I've used and I'm teaching my clients to use, and they've been doing excellent thus far, which I'll show you guys, throughout the slide as well. Okay? Does that answer your question? Okay. Any questions on authorized user, piggybacking? No? It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
All right. Good. Going back to the presentation. Okay. Now, I don't want you guys to look at none of this. As parents, what can you do right now to pretty much ensure a positive impact and pretty much make sure that your kids are in a better place and opportunity in the future. What can you guys do right now with credit?
They have like certain, now banks have like accounts where it's primarily for the children. Mm-hmm. So once you put it in their name, they can make, of course the parent is guiding them, but they become liable. So at a young age, let's say teenage age, they have the ability to create, let's say they get a summer job, they have the opportunity to build their credit. They can create a credit card, build their credit, and then when they become 18, separate from their parents, and they still have their own credit. Awesome.
How many of you guys are parents in here? Parents? Yeah? Okay, now I want to ask you, what can you do right now with your credit to ensure that your child has a better future? What can you do?
With the credit that I have right now?
What can you do?
It's negative.
That's fine. I just showed you how to rebuild your credit.
But for now, I'm just going to teach you what I learned here today.
Okay.
And also, later on, I'm going to add them in my credit.
There we go.
Card.
Okay, good. How old is your child?
13, 9, and 4.
Okay, good. What about you, man?
Yeah, I had 13 years old, but I hope an account for him, and I put money in his account. But he's like,
is that, I'm sorry to cut you off, is that a credit card or is it just a regular
account?
Okay, so that doesn't do anything for him because it's not being reported to the credit bureaus.
So I ask for a baby when he gets a little older.
They can use that money and open up to.
Yeah. Okay.
Can she put her child as an overall user?
Yes, and I'm gonna show you guys right now. And are you a parent as well?
Yes.
What can you do? How old is your child, by the way?
Well, they have their own college bills to pay.
Oh, okay. All right, good. All right, so boom, going right into it. I wish that my mother knew this. I wish my father knew this. I wish my grandmother knew this because I would have an 850 right now.
Yes, I just got a credit card, just like that from Capital One.
Good afternoon, sir. You coming in?
Do you mind?
Yeah, sure, sir. What's your name, by the way?
What's the right again? What's your name?
Curtis. Nice to meet you. Credit consulting. Okay, so
they just sent me a credit card just like that, and I didn't open it because I was like, oh my God, there's another bill.
Okay.
I didn't apply for it. It came in the mail.
Okay.
Capital One, so I didn't open it because the bank is not too far from me.
Okay.
So I was kind of scared.
Are you a parent, sir?
No, I know. I'm actually a teacher.
Okay. All right. So basically, what I was going over with everyone. First and foremost, do you know what credit is?
Yeah.
What's credit?
What's credit?
Yeah.
Can I put in my own words?
Yeah.
The flexibility that you have financially.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make some sense? Or
it's pretty much the ability to make payments over time.
okay.
Yeah. So oh man, I wish you came a little earlier, man.
I'm sorry.
So much,
I'm not even here to stay.
Yeah. Please, because it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Apologies on my end.
It's all right. So through this seminar, I pretty much educated everyone here how to rebuild their credit, and how to establish.
They gon' love me for my ambition. Easy to dream a dream, though it's harder to live. They gon' love me for my ambition. Easy to dream a dream, though it's harder to live. Look, they gon'